Another major historical event related to climate change happened about 4,500 years ago. Noah's flood covered the earth in water and buried massive amounts of vegetation and animals, turning them into coal and other fossil fuels. Nearly all of today's coal was formed from the vegetation buried during Noah's flood. The huge amount of buried vegetation suggests that pre-flood CO2 levels must have been very high compared to today levels. CO2 is plant food.
Right. Even secular geologists agree that ancient Paleozoic CO2 levels were much higher, like even 15 times more than they are today. Yeah.
Way higher.
Yeah, there's no evidence that the Earth was, cooked by this situation of, a runaway greenhouse effect or something. The much higher CO2 levels would boost plant productivity and also allow for much more animal biomass.
Speaking of food, CO2 is plant food, and more of it would actually be a good thing. A 2017 paper in Nature indicated the increase in CO2 is responsible for 30% of the world's biomass production over the last century. Wow. That's food for both animals and people.
With more CO2 in the air, plants spend less time with their leaf pores open, losing less water so they can survive in drier climates. Increased CO2 is causing the greening of deserts.
Wow.
Meanwhile, here in Canada, the government refers to CO2 as a pollutant. And as in some other countries, it's enacted a carbon tax.
Pollutant? Try living without it. We'd all die. The pre-flood world had up to 15 times the amount of CO2 as now, and vegetation flourished. That's where fossil fuels came from. As the vegetation of the pre-flood world was buried during the flood, it was then converted into coal and oil. The burial of much carbon in the ground has resulted in the CO2 drought that we are now in.